water, please. Yes. I just need to get drink. Sorry. Here? So it's okay too. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, if you could kind of squidge up towards me, that'd be nice. You're good. Just want to say thank you very much for everyone for coming. Yeah, move on in. Thanks very much for everyone for coming. We're also streaming the event live online, as you can imagine. Lots and lots of welcomes. I won't be doing anybody anybody individually. I'll try and make my way round to see everybody in due course. But thank you especially to the Mayor of Southampton for coming to cut the ribbon to us in a few moments. So thank you very much. So welcome to everybody here for the launch of a quite prestigious and exciting event for us here as we've officially launched Expandly. It's been the culmination of well over a year in behind the scenes, but 6 months of very frenetic activity to take Expandly 1 into Expandly 2, and Andy will talk you through what that bit looks like. And for us, we feel this is a fairly momentous moment for e-commerce and the kind of shrinking of the world when it comes to growing businesses internationally. So just a few housekeeping points before I hand you over to Andy. As you can imagine, we haven't planned to do a fire drill today. That would have been pretty silly. So in the event that the fire alarm does go off, you'll be directed out of a fire exit this way as well as that way. Please don't move further into the warehouse than the chain is just there. You can keep yourself confined to this area. You'll find toilets just out to the right-hand side. And if you need anything, there's plenty of staff around with Expandly badges on to help you to find the way. On the back of some of the cards that are on the table, you'll find some QR codes to find further information if you want to get signed up for some demos and things like that. There are some terminals around which the team will be doing some demos before. So if you see a gaggle of people, they're not just looking at pictures online, they're doing some demo, they're looking at the software. So if you want to have a look at the software, we can show you how to do that there. Please do take pictures. We've got the living wall there for any selfies that you want to be doing. And please use the hashtag Expandly if you have the opportunity to do so. So the itinerary is relatively short and sweet. I want to thank you very much for taking the time to come. Andy's going to talk through a little bit about what Expandly is about, why we think it's so exciting, and why we think that you'll find it exciting as well. There'll be an opportunity for some questions as well afterwards. So I hope you enjoy yourselves, hope you learn a little bit about Expandly, and appreciate your time today.
Right then, well, he said short and sweet, so hopefully I won't disappoint too much, but for those who've heard me speak before, that's not always a given. So I'll try and keep it as short and punchy as I can. But if you've got any questions, there'll be an opportunity for questions at the end. And also there'll be opportunity to try the software out, hence why we've got the laptops and everything else around as well. Now, hopefully, there we go. Today you're here for quite a special day for us. Now, I'm going to apologise now about the pictures, the amount of pictures with water in them. I just like water, so you just end up with lots of photos of water, I'm afraid. So hopefully that'll make things a little bit easier. And hopefully we're going to witness something very, very different that you won't have seen before. And the good news is, you're all the first to find out. Now, I appreciate I have been screaming on social media that we've acquired this business and we're relaunching it, but you really are the first to really see what that looks like and how that's going to be used both for you, your clients, and for you to expand your business. There we go. So, a few people, a few experts in the room, just to point out, so that once we've finished, you know where to go. So, Ricky, you've already heard from Ricky. So, Ricky's the general manager here. So, he's 1 point man. Then we've got a number of others. We've got Drew, who's head of sales, Chris is head of compliance, and who's head of growth, Lulu's head of marketing, and Rebecca, head of business services. So, if you want to raise your hands now and give a little wave for me, there you go. There's some more experts that you can see. We've also got Jack and Tony. So Jack and Tony, give us a wave. There we go. We should have done like a conga sort of type thing, shouldn't we? So Jack and Tony were part of Expandly when we acquired it. We moved them over into the new co, and they're still with us, and they've been an absolute blessing to the business so far. Prince and Ryan, give us a wave. There you go. These are our EU success managers. So they're basically our sales team. So you might want to avoid those or seek them out, depending on which way you want to go. But they're not going to let you out until you've spoken to them. So there's the good news. And then every other team member that's here knows our vision, knows where we're going, and has a huge amount of information that you can capitalise or use and ask them in what that happens. And that might be, to the warehouse team about talk me through the warehouse. They'd be more than happy to talk about how we operate in this vast cowshed, basically. So please feel free to reach out and speak to any of the team, and they're here to support and help you. So my name's Andy Hooper. I'm a water sports enthusiast, hence why you see lots of photos of water. Now, although trying to spend as much time on water as possible, I'm also the CEO here at Global E-commerce Experts. And I lead a team of amazing people. There's about 50 of us both here in the UK and in the Netherlands, and we're all hugely passionate about trying to support our sellers to successfully expand their businesses. Our vision is to globally expand brands, and our mission is to change the way the world expands their business. And I'm going to come more onto that in a moment. And in that very sort of quest that we built out, we ended up acquiring a business called Expandly. So we started acquiring businesses about 18 months ago, and one of those businesses was Expandly. Openly and transparently, at no point were we looking for a software business, but that's how the world sort of happens, and we ended up speaking to Expandly and acquiring it in July last year. For those that have seen some of the videos online, we sort of go through a process about really understanding what we want to do with that and how we adapt and change it. And I'm going to come into how we adapted and changed it in a moment. But for lots of people, the idea of international expansion, especially in e-commerce, is quite complicated. It's a massive opportunity for people, but people see the hurdles in the way, and lots of people like to see complications rather than opportunity. So one, we're focused on how do we support people and show and identify the opportunity. Because if you think about just Europe, you think about the UK, there's 65, 70 million people. There's 560 million people in Europe across 28 countries. So the opportunity to take your business from the UK to Europe is staggering, let alone taking your business from the UK to the US or the UK to Europe or Canada or Mexico and lots of these other wonderful, amazing places. So people do think it's complicated, and the reason they think it's complicated mainly for a couple of reasons. Firstly, compliance, be that tax compliance or be that product compliance. Tax compliance can seem very, very complicated, especially in a new region, in a new continent where you're not currently operating. So streamlining those things is really, really important, and giving people the confidence to know you know what you're talking about and you can solve those. The same thing comes with product compliance, making sure you know that your product meets the regulations that are in the region you're trying to sell. Well, and ultimately, it is complicated. There's so many different things that you need to be aware of. Chris, our head of compliance, will tell you there's a book, the size of this stage on the regulations for different products when you're expanding. Now, most of our clients are selling electrical, food supplements, general products, cosmetics, beauty products, a whole range of different types of toys and electrical products. And when they're expanding, it's really important to make sure that they've got the right regulations and they're covered. So it's complicated unless you've got the right partners, of course. Now, I'm going to play a little slide. I've got 1.5 minutes to talk through this. So there's your timing on this. So there's the good news. So currently, Global E-commerce Experts and Expandly can support our clients, support sellers with an end-to-end solution to expand their business. That's what we already do. We basically help sellers to identify, first off, is their product compliant in the region? 3 things you need to consider. 1, what regulations does your product fall under? 2, is the product compliant with those regulations? And does it have the certification to prove it? And thirdly, is your label compliant? And do you have someone responsible for it in the region? Tax, you need to make sure you're paying tax where you need to pay tax. I always like to think of this as like if you're going to sell something in someone else's country, the government wants to thank you for you selling that product in that region. And we call that tax. So I'm not keeping up with that, am I? I did try. Yeah, faster. So VAT, obviously you want to set a store up, and really what you're looking to do is then ship the products. Now, all of these services, as we've gone through, the shipping, the customs, bringing your goods to facilities just like this and across Europe enables us to be able to fulfill those products anywhere in the world, or certainly into Europe at the moment. Obviously, you need to be able to do the returns. If someone doesn't want the product anymore, get it back so you can process that and start selling it again. Then we acquired Expandly, which gave us the ability to use a piece of software to help you to sell your products online, specifically omni-channel mainly. And when you start piecing all of that together, every single one of you will be going, geez, there's a lot there, because there's a huge amount there. And ultimately, what it comes down to when you're expanding your business is 3 core things. You need to understand the compliance in the region, you need to get the logistics right, and you need to make sure you've got the ability to sell on multiple channels in order to get those revenue streams and create a profitable business. So currently, as a business, we support sellers when they're expanding into Europe. Now, I'm not going to go through every single one of these, but you can see there's a vast number of countries in Europe. There's 28, and in those 28 countries, every single one of those is slightly different. So currently, we can support sellers expanding into those countries, whether it be VAT, product compliance, logistics, or selling on the different channels. Now, ultimately, we've got bigger visions than that, which we'll come on to in a moment. But it gives you an idea and a scale of the ability that we've got already to be able to deliver clients' products anywhere in those regions. Simplification. Every single one of us is looking for the ability to simplify what we're doing, how we're doing it, and to make it simpler and easier for us, our staff, our teams, and ultimately onto our clients. Our clients have to have a simple, seamless process to be able to make things easy for them. So we started looking at everything we do, and when you start following that little path all the way around, you start realizing that actually what we do, there's a lot to it. And when there's a lot to it, it becomes complicated. So we started thinking about how do we ultimately use Expandly and our services and start packaging that together. So what happens when we merge all that together? Well, hopefully, we're going to show you something very, very shortly, which makes something very, very special. This isn't something that we believe is on the market at the moment. It's not something that we believe can be accessed anywhere else unless you're a big multinational, you're on the stock exchange, and you've got the ability to spend or pump hundreds of millions of pounds into making this type of activity work. I believe that every single person, every single business, whether they're an SME or a global business, should have the ability to globally expand their business and to globally dominate, just like the PLCs. So, welcome to Expandly. This is 2.0. Expandly, the global e-commerce experts. Same vision, globally expand brands, same mission to make that as seamless and as easy as we possibly can. And we really want to help make that simple and easy. So what do we want to achieve by merging these 2 businesses? I appreciate that's quite small, so especially if you're at the back, you're not going to be able to read that. So I'll talk you through all of these. But what we really wanted to achieve, despite all the words on there, was to make a simple, easy, end-to-end solution. Though when an e-commerce seller wanted to ultimately expand their business, they could just click one button and expand their business. That's ultimately what we're trying to achieve. We wanted to make that all-in-one SaaS product so that people could do that online from their bedroom, anywhere in the world, depending on the size in which they are. We wanted to bring the same things that we've already got. We wanted to make sure compliance was solved, logistics was solved, and on the online channels or omni sales channels as well. We wanted to make sure that our customer experience that we already put a lot of effort into really focuses and comes into this as well. So we worked hard in order to make some of those things happen. And the last thing we really wanted to do was to build a community. We're very good at the moment of building global e-commerce experts, selling our services and helping people to expand. We've got growth teams that help people to grow their businesses. But what we've been poor on is really helping people to build a community of sellers. So we're hoping to build a community of expanders that can come together and expand their businesses together. So what does it look like? I put a dog in because I know Becky likes dogs to keep the sort of flow, to break up the boats. Okay, so you're going to get to be able to see this hands-on in a moment. So the ultimate thing we wanted to see was a very clear dashboard right up the front to give you the ability to see how much you've sold, where you've sold it, what regions you've currently expanded to, and where the opportunities lie from there. So in this one dashboard, your front dashboard, which you will in time be able to adapt and tweak, you can clearly see at the top your sales, this week, last week, this month, last month. You'll also be able to see that in different types of charts that we'll show you in a moment. You can also see at the bottom where you've expanded to. Blue at the moment is you haven't expanded anywhere, which we'll come on to in a second. And then you can see your top selling products. So if you want to expand your business, instead of having to go and speak to 300 different people and go through the different process, you click on the map where you want to expand to, and it comes to a very simple tab, expand into these countries. You click the button, and with the click of the button, you can expand your business. And I use the click of the button with the moment because that's where we're ultimately trying to get to. If you've already expanded to one country, that becomes a lot easier. And the reason the first country is a little bit more complicated is because what you need to do is you've got to upload a lot of information. So you need to upload things like passports or utility bills in order for us to apply for VAT. You need to upload some labels so that you can get the responsible person and product compliance. Ultimately, once you've expanded to one region, a lot of the documents you need to expand to one country, all the documents are relatively the same when you go to other countries as well. So the ability to click on the button and expand to, in this case, the UK, click on Germany, makes life much easier. The current expand lead can already connect to a plethora of marketplaces, web carts that make things very easy. Obviously, some of the key ones, thank you to our partners that are here today, eBay, Amazon, Etsy, OnBuy, all here around the room today. So thank you very much for your support. We're obviously going to connect directly into those, and the Amazon connection can connect to all of the different marketplaces. Leads into the web carts, the platforms, the WooCommerce, the BigCommerce, but the big two of Shopify and Shopline as well, which are the key ones that we're seeing really driving right now. And then there's a whole load of others that it also connects into. We will obviously be talking about the roadmap in a moment, so you'll see where else we're looking to go. Obviously, with a settings page, there's a huge amount of settings here. I'm not going to go through all the settings, and I appreciate that it's hard to see as well. But ultimately, all of these different settings give you the ability to customize the software to support your individual needs or your individual business's needs. Things like connecting into Xero, which are really powerful. So on the promote and expand page, you click on a button and there's two buttons, products and tax. So at the click of the button, you can apply to submit labels, you can apply for a responsible person if you're not already, or that will be done ultimately through the software. The same goes with tax. You'll be able to sync your tax records, you'll be able to sync your orders from different platforms. This is a screenshot from an Amazon settlement of report. So for those that do Amazon, what'll happen is your reports come into our software and that'll automatically get synced into Xero, along with all of your orders. So what we're looking to do is bring all of your sales into Xero directly to make the system very simple and easy to use. Direct Xero integration to make your life easy. That could be your Xero integration that you've already got. So your Xero account you're currently using, or if you don't use Xero, we can supply a zero account for you for a pretty nominal fee, but we will in time be adding further accounting packages. Shipping. You need to ship the products. You've got products in a factory and you want to have the ability to get your products from the factory to the warehouse, all done in one piece of software. Manage your inventory. See how much inventory you've got in different countries, in different places. You click on the inventory, you can see where it is anywhere in the world. Fulfillment. If you're sending your goods to a fulfillment center, just like this, you manage your ASNs, manage your stock, can all be done in one tab. Returns. We talked about returns earlier, another ability to bring all your returns into one place of multiple marketplaces. Centrally manage your listings. So if you are selling on omni-channel, you've got things on Amazon, eBay, and your website, as an example, which is pretty much what most of our sellers are doing, then what you've got the ability to do is manage your listings centrally. You manage those listings centrally, which gives you the ability to pump it and manage it all in one place. Reports. We've got some standard reports in there that you can download, and you'll also be able to customize reports as you go. Now, as we build the software out further, there'll be more and more abilities for you to adapt and make more custom reports as we go. Service and support. So here's the big one for me. Not only did we want to have the ability to provide great software, we wanted to make sure that our current epic levels of customer service were brought into this. So our customer desk, our customer ticket desk, and our phone line and everything else has all been brought into the to the support help function. So you'll be able to manage your tickets, focus on what we're trying to do or what you're trying to do, and pull that all into one place. Roadmap. So the roadmap gives us the ability, we're looking at additional 150 marketplaces around the world that we want to add to the platform. We're working with our clients to identify which ones we want to do where and when, and we'll build that roadmap out based on a priority of the customers we're working with and what they want. We're going to be bringing in an onboarding wizard. The wizard is already there for Expandly 1.0, but we're going to be bringing that in due course to make the onboarding process much simpler and much easier. Customs, we want to bring customs into this, but anyone that does customs knows that it's highly complicated, and to bring the customs software into this from day one, unfortunately wasn't quite possible. But we will be able to manage the flow of work through the ticket desk, which is all within the software. A few other things, we'll be bringing a community element to the software. So we'll be building a community of expanders, which will also have an expansion program and things like that to make things easy for people. You'll be able to do your responsible person and labels all in the listings. So you'll be able to have a listing with your label in it, not just the photos that you'll be uploading to the marketplaces. So the ability to put your label in there will be able to then tick off where you're compliant in which country. So you'll be able to say this product is compliant in the UK, Germany, and Poland, but it's not quite ready in France and Italy. So you'll be able to sell those products in there, and you'll have it all in your listing management tool. Last few things. We'll be able to manage your VAT returns in Xero, but through into the dashboard. At the moment, it'll be done in Xero, but we want to bring that all into one place again, so you can see how profitable your expansion is right from the get-go. An app. Everyone's got an app these days, so we're going to have an app as well. Basically, to make that simple. Now, will it have the full functionality of everything? Because this is a desktop software development suite. It won't have everything in the app, but we will look at what we can add to make it simple and easy. If anyone has used the Amazon or the eBay app, whilst they're great, you can't quite do everything in them. And then lastly, we're going to be bringing a whole suite of AI into this process. We're just about to finalize translations. So translations will be able to be done via AI in the software. We're going to be doing feasibility. Where can I sell my product? How is the volume? If I sell this widget, where is this widget being sold in the world, and how many are being sold? We believe we can solve some of those things with AI, using the links and our connections to a lot of those marketplaces. And then forecasting. How do we use AI to forecast where demand is and how you bring stock into the country? We're going to build a group of expanders. It's a tribe of entrepreneurs that want to globally dominate. If people want their business to globally expand, they need to build a mastermind around them to enable that to happen. And this is where we're going. We talked about a global expansion vision. Our goal is to help our sellers to globally expand their brands. So currently we have Europe completely ticked off, completely done. We're hoping to open up North America and Australia and Africa and South America very soon, with Asia shortly afterwards. And the reason I've put a little flag by Antarctica is because if my promise to you is that if they put an FBA centre in Antarctica, I'll expand to Antarctica with you, all right? It's a pretty tall ask, isn't it? But it's a bit cold for me as well. I like the sun and the sea. So there we go. Still water, I guess. So that's Expandly, a complete end-to-end software solution to enable global expansion, international e-commerce sellers to expand their businesses as simple and as easy as we possibly can make it. So what does that look like for packages? I'm going to skip through these and you can ask the questions after because we're fast running out of time and I need to get the mayor up to say a couple of words and cut the ribbon. So packages, 4 very simple packages. We've got an accounting only package, which helps you remove the ability for A2X. You can sync all of your products and get your A2X integration, and you can just use Xero to do your accounting. It's very simple if you're based in the UK. Second one, which is essentially Expandly 1.0, the first version of that. Listing management, inventory management, connecting to your accounts, and the ability to have courier connections as well. But you can become an expander. This is where we've taken 2.0. This is the next level of where we're trying to get to. Expand to multiple countries. You can expand country by country. You will be able to expand further down the line by continent. I'd like to expand to Europe. I'd like to expand to North America. We'll get there, but to start with, it'll be by country. It will solve all of your compliance, all of your logistics, and give you the routes to the market in the region. And lastly, we're bringing in an expanders inner circle for those expanders that want to be on a mastermind that can really sit round a table and focus on really how they focus on global domination, if you like. It's for 8-9 seller figures, and we're bringing a real exclusive group together. Last few things to me, partnerships. We're going to be growing this like we have done this business through partnerships. We'd love to partner with account management businesses and marketplaces to support you expand your sellers into new markets. Lastly, thank you very much for attending. It's been great to have you all here. I'm going to ask the mayor to come up now as well. So if you'd like to come up, Valerie, and we'd love to have you up. Shall I take your handbag? I won't run off with it. Of course you may.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That's great. Thank you.
Okay.
One moment, please.
All right.
Oh, never mind. I know what I meant to say.
Do you want me to put your bag down?
Thank you very much.
I won't run off with it, I promise. Yeah.
You fit me up? Yeah.
Yes. Where was best to put it? If you hold it out for me.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Will that
Perfect.
that's a good place?
Perfect. They look good?
Yeah. All right. Are we ready?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Nice.
Okay. I'm fitted up to speak to you. Wonderful to see you all here. Wonderful to be invited. Thank you very much for your invitation today. Wow, what a fantastic show this is. I walked in and it's obviously a party. A celebration of a great event going forward. Well, for me, technology is something that I've not grown up with, it didn't exist when I was a child. In fact, we have been talking with the General Manager about history and how things change and how, looking back in history, how fast things have changed and how they will in the future. Certainly we didn't have a telephone, I lived in a very remote area, and if you want to make a phone call, I walked a mile to the village, so there's something for you to think about. Now, you've got one of those in your pocket, there's something very different, isn't there? So this is fantastic, and what you're doing is fantastic, and how you're developing. And soon there will become a world without paper. Probably paper doesn't exist in your world too much, if at all. And this is the way forward. And what you're doing, bringing this business to Southampton, is amazing. We need people like you, definitely. We need to develop the city with forward-thinking business. We need to expand. We need to look to the future. You are looking to the future. This is you, innovative, expanding, and doing well, I trust. Always in the future, always looking to the future. AI has been mentioned today. AI will be, if not already, part of your world. It's not part of mine essentially, but it is for the next generations and the generations after. And I hope, in all sincerity, that this business does well. Do well for Southampton, do well for the world. I congratulate you on all that you're developing.
Thank you.
Absolutely brilliant. And I believe I have something to cut. So I give you the microphone, and we have some scissors somewhere.
We do. Lulu's just going to bring those up.
Nice sharp ones. Right. Right. We said this is a party. Are you ready? Oh, you don't sound very ready at all. I did ask a question. Are we ready? Hey, that's more like it. Let's go. Are you ready? Go.
Hey! Thank you very much. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. There's going to be demos on the laptops, and we're going to be around for questions. So enjoy the music, enjoy some food, grab a drink, get a demo, and we'll be around to talk after. Thank you very much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
No,
I'm going to take that off of you.
Yes, better take
If
it.
you lift it off for me.
Yep,
There you go, perfect.
Wonderful speech. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
indeed.
Thank you very much. That was amazing. Thank you.
It's nice to meet you.
You too. I'm just going to turn this off. Thank you very much. I'll be with you in 1 second. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate
that.
that.
Was perfect. Great speech.
Great, Andy.
Serious.
Thanks, buddy.
Very
Thanks.
impressive.
Yeah,
Well,
very good.
I didn't know what I was going to. I pulled a load of slides together and then just talk.
Good, very good.
So,
Everyone was engaged the whole time.
It might not work this week, but I was in Austin, Texas, walking along the street, and there's a speaker playing, a tiny one with a subwoofer in it. And I bought one. I said, "Do you do this in Europe?" He says, "No." So,
really. Wow.
do I give you his card then? And because he wants to go
Exactly
into Europe.
that. That's exactly it. Yeah. We base that's essentially what we do. Help those people to.
It was so impressive. I wish I had a product really. But I want to pick your mind on sales. Not today. Today's not today, but give me half an hour in the other one sometime.
Of course, anytime.
But it's going well then.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. We're going at a rate of knots. The warehouse is
You've got a beast here, haven't you?
yeah. This is a bit quieter than we'd like. This was full. Like
So it
full.
it's up and down, up and close then.
We just had a point where what's happened is the last 6-9 months, people that were expanding have slowed down because most of our clients are American.
Right.
So they've slowed down.
Right.
And the clients that had expanded are like, well, we're having a bit of shit at home.
What is this? Is that basically it for the event? Is it just now just talking? Yeah. What? Oh, you just need to come. Are we still broadcasting? Yeah. Okay.